Want some candy?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
I hear you looking for candy, man, bitch.
Give me some sugar, baby. Like scary movies.
Uh-huh. Want some candy?
Just roll it, and if he ends up popping in, even better.
It's just so hard to start an episode when you're so disappointed in someone.
It's true. Very true. Oh, shit. I mean, should we go?
I'm waiting, bro.
No, all right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Monster Candy Podcast. Happy Thanksgiving, possibly, depending on when this came out. If it comes out after, we hope
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, and we hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Who knows? We'll see. But we're back. Myself, Screamin' E from the Memphis Murder Men, and Oubliette Sparks from Tsunami Bomb, and missing in action is Gucci T. Mike Terry from the Jukebox Romantics, who just is, he's MIA. So he may pop on halfway through or at some point in this podcast to
If you've seen him, please let us know.
Yeah,
We're looking.
We are worried. But yeah, guys, tonight it was Oubliette's pick, and we're going to talk about Walter Murch's 1985 dark fantasy.
Only film.
Is it? His only film?
It's his only film he ever directed.
Interesting.
I've got some facts. Got some facts on this one.
You came with it. Me and Oubliette are crossing streams for now for
I came prepared.
Return to Oz. But before we get into any of that, it's time to talk about some horror news. Horror news brought to you by Time Bomb Toys, located at 300 Camp Horn Road in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Check them out online at timebombtoys.com or in person. And if this comes out by Thanksgiving, they're having a Black Friday sale. So go check that out online. And then if it comes
buy some
out,
shit.
Yeah, if it comes out after Thanksgiving,
Buy some shit.
Buy some shit. It's Christmas time. So, all right, horror news. What you got, Oubliette?
I only have one. And so we knew that The Exorcist was being rebooted.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was purchased for like $11 million.
Right.
Pretty recently. And I suppose after the success of the Jurassic Park reboot and some other critical acclaim, they have decided to cast Scarlett Johansson in the new Exorcist. So Mike Flanagan is writing and directing, I think, or is he writing and producing? Writing and directing, I think.
Yeah, I think that is correct.
And it's weird. It's owned by like 4 studios. It's that conglomerate, like they all made up a group basically of them all. So I'm curious about it. Not necessarily excited. Won't go that far. But it does look like they're throwing some money at it. But they may have just thrown all their money at it. Because if they bought the franchise for $11 million and now they just signed on Scarlett Johansson, who is notorious for sticking up for how much women and lead actresses are paid in movies and kind of like making sure she gets her worth. She's not going to come cheap, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all, but they're already, a lot in the hole just to get started.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see.
Are they going to go indie? Are they going to go blockbuster? Are they going to go like CGI ridiculous? Is it going to be kind of like the new Evil Dead? Because even the Evil Dead reboot didn't really have big names attached.
Right. I mean, ScarJo is it's a pretty big.
That's what I mean. Like what? I'm trying to think of any of the big horror franchises that have been like rebooted or traded hands and come back with like a big name attached recently. Like there's been kind of indie stuff all over the place. Like the American version of Speak No Evil.
Which I still have not even tried to watch it just because I'm so traumatized from the original.
So I am too, but a clip of it came up on my social media and like it went away. I kind of didn't expect, so now I might watch it, but maybe not anytime soon, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm really trying to think of something because I feel like it's been a while since, we had like something like that. And even then when we have, it hasn't been like giant actors. It's been like Amityville with Ryan Reynolds, which at the time he was not the level of ScarJo,
Right.
right?
Yeah, I can't.
Other than some classic monster stuff and other things, but not like these like giant franchises.
No, I mean, aside from Halloween, but then, I mean, that only really had one huge actor, like big name, and that's Jamie Lee Curtis.
Who was always in it.
Right. So this new take, which I mean, do we need a new take on the Exorcist? Like, to me, The Exorcist isn't even a franchise. Like, I know there's a bunch of sequels,
Right.
but
No,
it's
I agree.
but are they even like it just, I don't know. That's been something that they've been trying to like make happen, and I'm just like, it's not working.
Yeah, it's weird because like that one, you can kind of bring some of the characters in from the others, but I feel like it's pointless because like there's no character arc or progression we're really looking for that we feel like is missing at this point because it's been so long and it's
Right.
been muddied over. So like if you want to do a possession movie, like, and you have the money to get ScarJo, do you really need it to be an exorcist? And also, I want to know like what actually entails buying the Exorcist franchise because you can make movies about people being possessed, priests coming in and exorcising them.
Right.
So what actual intellectual property has the $11 million value other than just being able to use that title in the movie? Like, I'm curious about that because like I'm always about applying value to things. And is that name really that valuable?
I mean,
in a current movie, not, making Reagan shirts, merch,
right.
stuff like that, but like actually in a new movie with a whole new cast and what sounds like a completely new storyline because it just exists within the universe of Exorcist and isn't necessarily a sequel or prequel.
Like, I feel like, I mean, at least for me, that's all I think about when I hear the name is, the original or Reagan or stuff like that.
Right.
Trying to reboot it, or not even reboot it, but just turn it into any sort of like cohesive or like consistent franchise. I don't know. Like, aside from just the name, like it might as well just be another type
Possession
of
movie.
possession movie, which should probably make anyway, because otherwise it's just, oh, this is a new take on The Exorcist, in name only. And at that point, it's like, well, then then fucking call it something else. But
I mean, who knows? They might have plans for graphic novels, 8 million other things. So the $11 million is part of like a much bigger plan as like a constant income stream, because those things do, make you money over time when you have these movies and like pieces that people really never forget. But adding to it is what is interesting to me, and throwing that much money to add to it so quickly after the purchase.
Right. And especially not so long after, like, The Exorcist Believer or whatever the fuck that was.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, I mean, yeah, everyone hated that one, and it was a big pile of dog shit.
I still haven't seen it.
I mean, you probably shouldn't.
You and Terry chased me away from that one.
Yeah, it's just so bad and random. And again, aside from like the 15 seconds that Linda Blair's in it at the end, and what's her name, her mother in the movie, throughout the whole movie, you're just like, what are you even doing in this movie, first of all? And then who are all these people, and what's all this weird new story and whatever? But I don't know, maybe Flanagan's hoping to just ride the wave of that leaving such a bad taste in people's mouths that he could just...
Anything else is better?
Yes. And just scoop up that initial hit. And plus Scarlett Johansson. I mean, she's a good actress, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm sure she'll do a great job with whatever she's given. But I don't know. I mean, I'll see it, but
Yeah. I might, unless someone else sees it first and tells me it's not worth watching.
did you read like did they give any sort of backstory of like who she's going to be or what characters, or if it's just like a whole new take and it could just be a completely different thing?
I think that they're just kind of announcing her being attached right now.
Right. Well, that's, I don't know.
She's the lead character.
And that's all there.
But not identified as any good, bad, whatever.
Right.
Be cool if she was the demon.
Pazuzu. Yeah.
Well, or maybe a different demon. We don't know if we need Pazuzu back.
We don't. Or do
Actually,
we?
just...
I mean...
That's true.
Because it is the Exorcist, so like, I mean, you need something to tie it to the source material.
Yeah. Speaking of demon movie, did you watch Aramentari on Shudder?
Mm-mm. Did you?
I just did. Yeah, it's a Basque movie, which they've only made a couple movies.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of people online who come down on it for shitty acting, but I will say to everyone listening, if you were a fan of like super old horror movies, fables, folklore stuff, I was pleasantly surprised. It's dubbed, so like I think some of the silliness is that, because when you have these like a demon character or people being super scared or whatever, and they're speaking a different language and you don't hear that language and you hear an English voice dubbed over it that doesn't match up. It's like Power Rangers, even though Power Rangers is cheesy, but it's really hard to make it seem, scary. And I wouldn't say it's like a horror scary movie, but it is definitely like a demon monster fable movie that was very watchable.
Okay.
And had a good little full story.
Yeah, I didn't know it was dubbed. So I saw it on Shudder and I was just like, I don't know.
I was surprised that it was dubbed because most things on Shudder are not.
Yeah, unless it's a fucking Fulci or fucking what's his other nuts? The other Italian guy, Argento.
You know what?
Movie.
It's not on Shudder anymore. I watched it on Netflix. So, because I was thinking when I did start watching it, I was able to pick what language I wanted to hear it in. So you could do it.
I see.
So you could do it just subtitled and not dubbed if you wanted, but I didn't want to read.
Was it always on Netflix then?
Maybe. I thought I saw it a long time ago on Shudder.
So do I.
Because the cover of it, I was like, oh yeah, this is what I've been looking at. And then I looked, and now I think I did play it on Netflix because I was able to dub it and not read, because I was like kind of in between wanting to take a nap and not. And I was like, well, if it's subtitled, I will definitely take a nap, and I probably shouldn't take a nap, so I should. You
don't want to do any more work than you need to. I get it. I get it. I mean, I would watch it dubbed.
Which is funny because, like, if I'm just watching TV and a subtitled movie comes on, sometimes I'm halfway through before I realize it's subtitled. So it's like not actually extra work, I feel like, for my brain. It just feels like it before you start that movie.
You know, that night it was.
It definitely was, because I chose that, and I was fine with it. But anyways,
you chose that life.
If you have time to watch a movie and want something a little whimsical and old school, I was good with it.
All right, well, I'll have to check it out.
And there's demons.
I mean, we do like the demons.
And hell.
You know, back to the Exorcist thing, people should just stop trying to make these possession films. The Dark and the Wicked already did it. The best it's going to get for this new school stuff. They should just let them have their...
his last two movies got really bad ratings. I keep wanting to watch them, but then I read more and I'm like,
You know, sometimes...
But yeah, Dark and the Wicked, we'll die on that hill.
Yeah, it's all you need.
It's such a good fucking movie.
It is. The longer time goes and the more times I've watched it, like I like it better each time I watch it.
And I catch like smaller things in the background that I didn't catch before.
Yeah. I mean, I know we liked it when we did it on here.
I think it was our highest rated movie since I had joined.
Right. Yeah, I think I'd probably
Between us both.
Right. I can't remember what I did give it, but I think I might have been a little low for what I really think it is now, anyway.
I think we gave it 4s, maybe.
Maybe.
But yeah, I love that. And I'm somebody who gets bored when movies are a little too theatrical or drama leaning, but that one I thought the pacing and everything was super appropriate and so good. And honestly, he's not paying us for this. No one's paying us for this. We actually just really like that movie.
As far as a modern movie goes, and because the thing is with possession films, man, there's so many bad ones. I mean, the Pope's Exorcist, and then the other Pope Exorcist, priest exorcist thing he was in like a year later.
I didn't watch the second one because it took parts of my, like I lost a year out of my life from the Pope's Exorcist, so I'm not doing it again.
The Pope's Exorcist was at least more entertaining because he plays like a drunk, like wild Pope.
He's got socks, red socks,
yeah,
pink socks, whatever they were.
Whereas that next one, it's just a bad film.
It was serious, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just shitty. It was just bad. Yeah, Dark and Wicked. You have anything else?
No, I was just keeping it simple and then going off track. So
good.
Yeah,
since I mean, there's only 2 of us this time because someone's Terry. If you're out there, blink twice if you need help.
I'm touching every little green inanimate object in my house and saying Oz right now to see if Terry appears.
Comes back. But
I think he's my giant green recliner over there.
Well, we hope you're all right, Gucci T.
No, we don't.
You
jerk.
Fucker.
God damn it.
So I only have 2 small things. One of them is I haven't done like a toy thing in a while, but NECA is doing another line of the Ben Cooper stuff, the little figures. And for anyone who doesn't know, Ben Cooper was the guy who made all the classic and vintagey, dime store Halloween costumes with the plastic masks and the little costumes that go in. And NECA has been doing a bunch of lines of all the old costumes, but they're doing one. It might not have been super recently, but I just saw it. And it's at least the newest one I've seen with, I think Jaws and the Tar Man from Return of the Living Dead.
Interesting.
Yeah. And those, I don't know, those things are pretty cool. So if you're into toys, I don't have any of those just because for me personally, I like to keep it to like the classic monsters as far as my toys go. But those things seem to be super fucking popular. So check it out if you haven't. And Silent Night, Deadly Night, the remake. Tickets are going on sale and it's dropping December 12th. So yeah, that'll be fun. And we'll see how that remake goes. I mean, that's one of those movies that by all means remake it.
Yeah.
Because it was a goofy, silly, splatterhouse type movie anyway, 80s movie. So yeah, like that's the type of stuff you should make, not fucking masterpieces.
Yeah.
Or try and build some
Exorcist,
weird...
Frankenstein.
Yeah. Jesus. Ah, Frankenstein.
Let's just remake The Shining. Why not?
Yeah, aren't they? Isn't that a thing? Aren't they doing that?
No, are they?
I think so.
They're re-releasing it. They're not
that.
Remaking it.
I know that.
They're remaking it?
I feel like that's what I heard. Or there's talks about it. Who knows?
Well, we're only 1 month away from the new Anaconda. So there's that.
Yeah.
That one I'm fine with them remaking too. It's stupid. Like, it's silly. Go for it.
Yeah, but they'll probably fuck that up and try and make it super serious.
Or they're going to make it too kid friendly, but we'll see.
And put it in the snake will be even more fake than the one in the original Anaconda. We don't want that.
Someone made.
Jesus Christ.
Someone spread online some fake trailer that made it like talk about how the new Anaconda was going to be overly woke and made the snake gay. It was this whole thing. And I was like, so I knew it was fake because you could tell the actors were like AI on it, but I was like, that's what they should have fucking done, is gone like total black comedy and made it like super woke, but made it people think that they were like not doing that. Like Tropic Thunder it almost, you know?
Yes.
But in the opposite way. That would have been beautiful because all these fucking idiots online like believed it and were like, this is what's wrong with America. Now the snake is gay.
Yeah.
Can snakes even be gay? You know, it was good.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, and I would watch like a gay snake movie, so I'm cool with that.
Dude, before we get out of horror news and get into Return to Oz,
yep.
Can we talk about Guts and Glory for a second?
You're gonna make me talk about Mingus. Fucking twat. Mingus Lucius Redus. Which, like,
what's his name? Lucian?
Mingus Lucian Redus. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
go ahead and tell the people what it is.
I still don't even know. I'm
not sure either. Yeah.
Which is making me not want. I mean, I don't want to watch any more episodes. Like, I've gotten through 2, and it's like.
Oh, so you watched where they're walking over the thing with the fake monster, right?
Yeah.
And they clearly know it's not a real monster because it's a person in a rubber suit.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't understand what the point is. If they know it's all fake, what the fuck is the point? And why did they try to make them think it was real in the beginning?
Right. Yeah, I don't understand.
People listening are like, what?
So,
and we're like, what? Too?
Yeah,
and we've seen it.
That's what we're trying to figure out. So anyone doesn't know, it's this new show on Shudder. I guess it's produced and hosted at some point by Greg Nicotero. And there's a bunch of special effects in it, which is cool. Ish. Yeah. But so they get all these random people, or so you think they're random.
Not random.
There's at least a number of actor plants within the group.
And stunt people and Nepo babies.
So.
And little bitches.
Yeah. And then they take them camping. And it's like a Survivor type Fear Factor game show, but
not scary as Fear Factor is more scary than this. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's hosted by, or Greg Nicotero makes appearances throughout the whole thing. So you obviously know this is all like fake Hollywood.
People know they're in a reality show.
Right.
They know. And then the first episode, they're trying to do like fake death stuff, fake autopsy stuff.
Right.
But alluding like it might be real and people are getting grossed out and feeling sick about it. I'm so lost. I don't know. Because I'm sorry, like, even if something smelled like fucking like shit, if it was like rubber intestines, I'd be able to sort through a dead body. Like, they didn't even put like a dead body filled with like rat guts or like animal organs. It was just like, it was just like plastic.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, I'm getting sick doing this. And you're like, but why are you getting sick pulling plastic out of a plastic fake dead man?
Yeah, it confused the fuck out of me.
I've gone to haunted houses scarier than the show.
Right. And it seems like such a pointless show to have. And I don't
get guys, there's a part where they're having to just walk on like beams that are on like storage containers, like in between storage containers, while a rubber creature is below them. And if they fall off the beams, the rubber creature kills them, I guess. But if you're an adult human, I think you would know that the rubber creature isn't going to kill you if you fall. But maybe you would think it.
Dude, I don't know. It's super confusing on why it even exists or what the point is. Like, I don't know. I don't want to have to go back and rewatch the beginning of the first one to where it
doesn't tell you shit.
Right. I didn't think it did.
They just think it's a reality show game show, which it is, but like it's dumb. Like, it's dumb. I was telling E, like, if they really wanted to scare people, they should have gone with the human trafficking thing. Because, like, some of these people have famous parents or famous relatives. Some are, like, C to E level movie people or have done, like, one theater production. Like, they should have actually scared them like they were kidnapping and going to sell their organs or, like, hold them for a bounty. Like, this is literally, like, a fake dead body on a table with an autopsy and then, like, a sewer... What is it, like a fucking dinosaur or something? I don't even remember. The thing in the fucking rubber suit. Was it like a rat or a Godzilla or something? Or like a crocodile? I forget.
Something
It
that
was
didn't look real, whatever it was.
Yeah, it was a rubber suit. And they're just like, yeah, walk over these like catwalks in between storage containers. And if you fall, you're going to get eaten or hurt or whatever by this rubber thing.
Dude, I don't know. So we're asking you guys out there.
If you know, tell us.
What the fuck?
The internet doesn't know. And the internet hasn't even been talking about this enough to have identified people in the show that are going by their middle name.
Yeah.
That may have just been arrested the second time for beating women. And also have very famous parents. And I can't believe there's not even like a Reddit or a subreddit.
Yeah, I've been
people talking about even that part, because this person actually has a kind of big following ish of like gross people. But regardless, it's weird.
Yeah, it seems like a fake reality show. Like very
and not just the normal
meta.
Fake kind.
Right.
Like the like a fake reality show.
Like a weird meta reality show where they're putting on a reality show, but it's not a real
reality show.
They're not real people or like regular people on it. It's like filled with actors and
like it's scripted or some shit.
Yeah, like more so than a normal one. God, this is so
it's not entertaining.
No.
Like it's not confusing in like a profound way where you're like, oh, I'm going to watch the next episode and figure this out. It's just like, why are they doing this?
Yeah. Like at least with like Survivor or Fear Factor, like, oh, you win $500,000. Yeah.
But like a real one.
Right. This is just, I don't know.
These people don't even seem that competitive. Well, like a couple kind of, but most are just like there.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. It's
until they're not there. And then we don't know why they're not there. It makes no sense.
It was kind of frustrating actually watching these first few episodes. I'm like, what the fuck?
I only saw 2. And I don't know that I finished the second because I was like, I can't, like, I would rather sleep.
Yeah, I'm just... And I was telling Juliette that I was under the impression that it was going to be like a special effects competition where they have to do like Fear Factory or Survivor type things. And then they would do like, those would be like the challenge. And then they'd work on some like special effects shit or something. But apparently I was way off. So.
Yeah. Huh. It's really dumb.
It is dumb. We do not suggest it. It gets 0 candy corns.
Negative.
Oof. Yeah. Stay away from that. All right. You got anything else?
Oh, interesting.
What? Ooh. Breaking
news. Was a video game. I bet that's what it's based on.
Well, that makes it more
confusing. The video game Guts or Glory is a race to the finish line of deadly obstacle courses while experiencing hilarious physics-driven ragdoll death and destruction sequences.
That still makes it more confusing because...
Then it says the TV show. In the unscripted show, real contestants are put into immersive horror scenarios and must compete challenges that test their fear, skill, and intellect to survive the night and avoid elimination.
But they know
the video game is like a racing game.
But everything's fake and you know that going in. So why?
Well, I guess, those dudes were scared of the height. I remember they were like, oh, this is higher than we thought because they were like 15 feet above the ground.
Well, I mean, I get that, but like just like the gross stuff, like the bloody stuff, like you.
People are pussies nowadays.
Apparently.
And you could quote me on that, people. Because you might be one of them. Do some soul searching tonight.
Getting clipped right there, you pussies. All right, well, that's been... That was horror news, guys. Now we're going to talk about Return to Oz. And I have to say, this is all... See, this might have been like a first-time watch for me.
Really? Oh, so then, yeah, you definitely have you're not scared of it at all then.
No.
And there's no like nostalgia.
No, 0.
Okay.
I mean, I remember things from it, but I think it had to have been one of the things where it was on whatever Sunday afternoon, movies or whatever, because there's parts of it that I remember seeing visually, but I didn't remember anything about the story.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So it was definitely, if I did see the whole thing, it had to have been like when it very first came out or was able to be on TV because I didn't remember shit. But let me read this little longer synopsis because the other one was way too short and didn't make
We
sense.
don't like that. Yeah.
We didn't. All right. Dorothy Gale has recently come home from the land of Oz and is now almost back to perfect health since the incident of the tornado.
Almost.
But she can't get the wonderful place out of her head. She frequently talks about it and can't get any sleep at night. Aunt M worries about her health and well-being. Thinking that she is suffering from delusional depression and acute insomnia, she decides to take her to see a special doctor in another town. While he tries to treat her with electroshock treatment and take those nasty dreams away from her head. She is
eloquent.
Yeah.
Very eloquent.
She is rescued by a mysterious girl who leads her back to Oz for a new adventure. So that one was definitely at least more detailed than the one
but
IMDb
still not
has.
detailed enough.
Yeah.
There's so much going on here.
There's so much going on. So, but what did we like about this movie?
Well, so I'd like to talk about some like fun little trivia and stuff, which goes into what I like. First off, like Princess Mombi is Mad Morta from Willow.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know, both these movies, obviously I have a lot of nostalgia and were big in my childhood. So like that woman lived rent free in my fucking head for way too long. And probably also was inspiration for a lot of the eye makeup I still wear to this day, which is also important. So this movie did not do well, probably for many reasons. A lot of people thought this was a sequel. It's not a sequel. It's like the Books of Oz, where they're just kind of these like tales of the world.
Right. It's like it takes from two separate Oz books and kind of like puts it together.
Yeah, and also it kind of makes Oz a little more like the books, less than the original Wizard of Oz. That was a great movie in its own account, but definitely changed some things to make it like the movie it was.
Right.
But it was released the same summer as Goonies, like Cocoon, a bunch of other big movies. So it's not surprising that it didn't perform super well. It's also just like incredibly dark for a children's movie, which is what it was marketed as. But these are the movies of the 80s that I miss. I think that there are definitely dark elements in some children's films now, but they're not like this or The Labyrinth or Neverending Story.
They're not creepy enough.
And like a little and scary. Like the bad guys are definitely evil and bad in new stuff, but they're not. I mean, even stuff like the Black Cauldron, like the Horn King, like that is scary. Secret of Nim, the owl. I mean, these are all things that like visually kind of, I think people of our age, like they live in our heads. Like you remember like the way they looked and how they freaked you out.
Well, I mean, I was going to say like the newer stuff, the villains are more cartoonish, while yes, the ones back in the day were also cartoonish, but there was like a streak of like they were more sinister. There's like this weird evil streak that even though they're cartoonish and silly, that you're like I said, like it's creepy and you're like, oh, kind of like fucking Pennywise, you know, he's all silly and goofy or whatever, but there's something there that kind of seems real and off and sinister. And you're like, oh, I don't know. You're fucking creeping me out, dude.
Totally. I also think like it plays also on a lot of like the old fables, fairy tales that were just darker, like Princess Mombi, and the fact that she just like removes her head and has these cases of heads. Like as a child, that is fucking freaky as shit. And she first presents as this like beautiful kind of nice younger woman, like playing an instrument that's sweet to Dorothy, and then kind of guides her off and puts on her other head and then is like, oh, like we're going to lock you in this room until your head's big enough to fit on me, and you're going to live there until then. And then, you know, you'll die when I decapitate you. They don't do a lot of that anymore. So like, you know, I saw this probably when I was like 5 or 6 years old and like watched it a lot as a child. I really liked this movie, even though it scared me. And there were certain parts that I always like would either turn off or fast forward my VHS through. Like I loved the Wheelers. The lead Wheeler has a total drop dead Fred kind of vibe to him.
Yes.
He is a great body actor. Like all of his movements as a child, the Wheelers were the ones that terrified me the most. They scared me more than anything else in this movie. I would have dreams of these lanky ass like roller skating things all the time. I think they kick the shit out of the flying monkeys. They're just like fucking weird and creepy and like kind of, yeah, like not okay. Too touchy-feely, like kind of new wave, but like real weird.
Definitely weird. I mean, definitely weird.
It's a very 80s movie. Like it's so 80s. And it's interesting because this came out a year before Labyrinth, and you can see certain things that like you can't deny they kind of took from. Jack Pumpkinhead, I fucking hate that guy so much, but that was Tim Burton's inspiration for Nightmare Before Christmas.
Right. See, I remember that visual.
Mommy? Can I call you Mommy?
That's
it's so fucking
weird.
bad.
I know you're not
So
her,
gross.
but can I call you Mommy? To this fucking 7-year-old girl.
Sounds like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, it was definitely fucking creepy. Like, watching it at first, that I like had to do like a double take, like, wait, what?
And they don't explain that until the very last scene.
Right.
When you realize that Ozma, like, did create, was his mom, and they're both around the same, they look the same age or whatever. But
right. Yeah. I was super confused. And I was just like, I mean, whatever. It's the 80s and it's just weird. Okay, whatever. And then at the end, they wrap it up and you're like, oh, okay. That's still weird though. Probably should have like.
Do you know who did his voice?
I don't know who did it.
It's Jim Henson's son.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm like, bro, you can do so many voices. Why did you pick that one?
What's weird is, oh yeah, Brian Henson.
And Deep Roy did the Moose, I think.
TikTok. Or wait.
Oh, TikTok.
Oh, wait, no.
Was it?
Tim Rose, who did It's a Trap. The fucking squid face from, fish face from Star Wars. Captain whatever, or Admiral whatever. Yeah. So that's some cool, but it's weird because a lot of... Oh,
Deep Roy was the Tin Man at the very end. I knew he was a part of it because Deep Roy always shows up. But if something's creepy, he's there.
Right. It's weird though because each character had two people, like most of the characters had two people doing their voices.
Or one actor and one voice.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, they had like, this was a weird production. They had so many budget cuts. It was supposed to film in like 4 different countries. Instead, it filmed in the UK and then on sound stages. Like the Tin Man, the Lion, and the Scarecrow, like were supposed to have their like a whole portion of the movie.
Right.
They cut that out. Disney was going to fire the director about 3 weeks into filming because he was so fucking slow. And so basically they bought these rights to use something Wizard of Oz, and they were about to expire because they had sat on them. And this director had approached them about doing something. So they were like, we need to do something before it expires. And it was right after like Star Wars had just come out with like their darker episode, like all these kind of like movies that had multiples were like doing really well going darker. And so they were like, all right, we don't think this is going to work, but like it's going to expire. It's going to work. So he was taking forever just right off the bat, going over budget. They brought people in to like kind of bring him back in. And then they either fired him or they basically were like, this is it. So I guess he was really close with Spielberg, Coppola, and Lucas. And he called a meeting at Disney, brought them with him.
So much adrenochrome in that
totally.
meeting.
So he brought all of them with them and they all vouched for him. And George Lucas said that if in the next month they didn't like the work he was doing, he would step in and direct it. And so Disney was like, okay, deal. But then I guess they liked what he was doing enough that they didn't fucking bring Lucas in, which to me is
crazy.
Whatever. Yeah. Yeah, but it's like,
I mean, good for that dude, but
it was the only movie he ever directed. It's crazy. Like he stopped. So yeah, like I love this movie because the lore. I love this movie because it's an I like lore. I love this movie because it's an underdog. This is a fucking movie that literally starts out with, oh, you haven't been able to sleep? Let's get you shock therapy. Even though we don't have the money for it, we're going to borrow it. Yet we won't borrow money to pay somebody to finish building our fucking house since the winter's coming. Right. I'm just going to complain that it hasn't been built yet.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I love this movie. The fact that they had over 400 chickens playing one chicken, even though every time you look at the chicken, it isn't a real chicken, other than a couple of random other spots. Like
where it's running. Can we talk about the chicken for 1 second? So,
oh, Belina. Yeah, we can.
So, Veruca Balls, Little Miss Fairuza Balk, one of her. This might have been her first role or one of her first.
She had done television before this. This was the first movie.
So she has to carry this chicken around at certain points in this movie, and there's one thing like when she first has a run-in with the Wheelers. Which I totally remember the Wheelers, so I was like, I remember these guys, so you
can't forget them. They're so weird.
But she is totally like Elmira-ing this fucking chicken at one point.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a big chicken, or at least one of the chickens was like half the size of her. So, but she's got this thing in like a fucking headlock, and it's just feet and wings are just hanging down. And I'm like, man, is that chicken still alive? Because she has got a fucking like grip on it. And so anytime that there's a scene where she was holding a chicken, I'm like, oh my God, is that chicken okay? Because she
wonder how many chickens were killed.
Who knows?
A lot.
By the looks of it, she was fucking just choking these chickens out in every scene. So
one of the reasons it took so long, she only worked 3.5 hours a day.
Jesus Christ. I mean,
that was part of her contract.
Wow.
Which is crazy for the 80s when like kids really didn't have that many rights back.
Yeah, I know.
It was just starting. But I guess that was negotiated in or something. Maybe it was a Disney thing. I don't know.
I mean, that's not very long at all, even for a kid.
No, not at all. I mean, I think that's not including breaks, just like 3.5 hours of filming time, but still that's not long. So I guess one of the reasons too that I hold this movie a little dear, I think most people have probably had like something with a best friend or significant other where they just like do not believe you about something.
Yeah.
Ever, which I have talked about this, but there's like 2 memorable things with my husband, and one was that he didn't believe Otter Pops exist because where he was from, they were like Freezies or Poppy,
like Freeze Pops is
probably what you had when you grew up. Yeah. So when I and especially because we first started talking about it, and I had probably had like something to drink, and I was like, yeah, man, like Otter Pops, and like each one has like different flavor, has an otter cartoon, and like there's a Frenchie one, and like. I'm explaining them all, and he's just staring at me, and he's like, fuck you, like, you're so full of shit. And I'm like, no. He's like, no, they're just like freeze ice or whatever, the ready ice, whatever. He's like, and you just pop them up. I'm like, no, there are Otter Pops. And he was like so adamant about them not existing that it made me so mad that I was like, I'm not even going to Google this on my phone to show him. Instead, I ordered a box of 500 of them, like the biggest box they sell of Otter Pops.
You're going to eat them all.
Yeah, so it should have, and he agreed they were the best of any of the frozen ones he's had, because they are. So the other one, when we first started dating, he mentioned I saw he had like a signed autograph of Fairuza Balk or whatever, and then I remember one time we were out and someone said that I had like psycho blue eyes like Fairuza Balk, which was like such a nice compliment for this person to say, and he was like, yeah, like I love her. I've seen all of her movies, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, like I probably have too. And I was like, but her first movie's the best. And he's like, what? And I was like, Return to Oz. And he's like, she was not in a Wizard of Oz movie. I would know. And I'm like, yeah. And she got electroshock therapy. And there's a robot TikTok that she has to wind up. And it was actually played by an American gymnast who had to bend over and walk on his hands and legs at the same time and was almost upside down in it. And then there's these guys with like roller skate hands and feet. And this woman who takes off her head and changes it around. And then there's like this pumpkin head. And they all fly on a bed with a moose on the front of it. And then they end up in this room that is just like Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. And they're picking out these ornaments for this rock king, to like find the original characters, like the Scarecrow and everybody from Wizard of Oz. And he's just like, I don't even know how you make this stuff up. He's like, you could have just like stopped at electroshock therapy. So the next day I went and I burned, because this was a long time ago, I burned a DVD off my computer. And then I even had
when computers still had like CD drives and disk drives and stuff.
Oh, mine was an external DVD burner. And I even had stickers that were DVD and CD stickers that you could print out using a template.
Yeah, because back in the day, if it was a CD or if the DVD would not work in anything that played a CD, it would had to be, this was your DVD drive.
Correct. And I printed a picture of them all on the bed with the moose head, but I used Photoshop and I put my husband's face instead of the Jack head guy. Right. And the next day when he came home from work, I like tossed it at him and was like, let's watch a fucking movie. And that motherfucker still was apprehensive. Like I saw in his eye, he's like, she just fucking like put some shit on this. It's going to be another movie. There's no way this is real. And then at the end of it, I shit you not, he just got up and like poured himself a beer and went in another room and didn't say a fucking word. He wasn't mad. He didn't do anything mean. He just like walked out. And I was like, and I didn't say I told you so, because it was the best internal I told you so I have ever felt in my heart.
You didn't need it.
I didn't need it. It was there. My heart was so warm. It was amazing. Amazing.
The reaction was enough. The best part about that story you just told was your description, how fucking random and ridiculous it sounds is the movie.
And I love it for that. It's so dumb.
I mean, it was definitely like, if I would have saw this when I was a little kid, I definitely would have had like a different opinion on it. But it's got so much stuff that would absolutely entertain a small kid, or even just like a younger, because I mean, because it has like everything.
I'd say 13 and under.
Yeah, and it was like, I didn't read any of the Oz books, and The Wizard of Oz, the movie musical, is Judy Garland. Like that's all I know about Oz. So when I watched this, it definitely gave me more like Alice in Wonderland vibes.
Totally.
And then researching a little bit and seeing that it was, like two separate Oz stories that they kind of combined and did stuff, made a little more sense. They also
took from Narnia too.
Right.
There was some definite Narnia nods. Yeah.
So which then made sense how like everything was so random, because it's super random. Like it, to me, like this was way more Alice in Wonderland-y than The Wizard of Oz, as far, because the movie is all I have to go off of. Because The Wizard of Oz, at least the original movie, has like a more like,
it has a story. There's like the Wicked Witch of the East who gets killed and her sister's mad. Like you go to this fantastical place. There's a stranger that showed up and kind of acts like this deity. Like there's a real storyline. It's a little chaotic when you repeat it back, but it makes way more sense.
It's more cohesive and consistent with the story going through it. Whereas this one is just kind of like, okay, after I saw the information afterwards, I'm like, okay, that makes sense, because it is disjointed and there's so many things in it. But again, like if you were a little kid like you just want to be exposed to things. You just, I need things to look at and things to happen, and like, so it's entertaining for sure on that level. And there's like, the characters are cool. Like,
You can just tell, like, look, in the 80s, you can tell how much fucking cocaine all these creators were doing. I'm just going to throw that out there. They were fucking Quaaludes, cocaine, they were partying, they were fucking getting drunk all the time. Like, but that's also why I love these fucking fantasy movies from the 80s. Because, like, even the great ones, there are parts that you were like, what the fuck were they thinking? Like,
right. Well, like, it does have some cool effects, like the rock stuff.
Lots of practical effects were cool.
Yeah. The Nome King.
That was almost Christopher Lee.
Oh, that should have been.
It was. Yeah, he was, I think, the original one they picked for it, and he had something else he was doing that year.
Well, when he is in full rock form, and then he has his little, like, henchman rock buddy that can appear in other rocks everywhere, but it was very Evil Dead, like the effects for the Necronomicon.
Totally.
So that was cool. Just, I mean, everything, like I said, you're like overwhelmed with stuff going on. So as like a little kid.
Mombi's castle too, or like that room, like how reflective and crazy it is, considering their budget. Like it's really crazy. The detail they got.
Well, there are, like, along with all this stuff that you can be stimulated as if you were a little kid, but there are some like dark parts in it. And you talked about one earlier, which is Mombi's head room with all the fucking heads, which is creepy. Like, that part's real creepy. And especially when it gets to like her head, and then she's like,
and then they all start talking.
Right. Which is like,
and you're like,
whoa. Like,
you're like, wait, they can do that when they're not in the body? Like,
yeah, it's super. And when they get to Oz, like, this thing is, Dorothy's there. She gets pulled back into Oz, but Oz is all fucked up.
Yeah.
Right. It's all destroyed.
Basically, the Nazis took over.
It's all fucking destroyed. People are turned to stone. And then there's these women all in a circle, like dancing in a circle, but they don't have any heads. And you're like, oh, well, that's kind of weird for a kid's movie. But then you see why. And that part's fucking super creepy. And then leading up to it, how she gets to Oz is, they take her to like a fucking sanitarium, and this doctor's like, well, I'm gonna cure you with electroshock therapy. And then
I will say, I like the other Oz, they tied in all the characters in real life to the characters
right
in Oz. Like, Mombi is the nurse, the Nome King is the doctor,
right.
Like, that felt on brand.
Right. Yeah, for sure. It was
electroshock therapy for not being able to sleep. Whatever, but it was $18.99. That's what you do.
Just dropping your kid off. I mean, I've never left her alone with strangers before.
And after electroshock therapy, she'll be able to sleep in a house with no fucking walls in the winter because they'd rather spend the money for electroshock therapy that is unproven, other than paying outside people to build their fucking house.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's my don't like. I'm like, come on.
Yeah,
come on, people.
Not the tightest butthole of stories, which was definitely one of my didn't like parts about it, was just how random. Because like I said, I didn't do any research on it or anything before I watched it. So having multiple stories kind of in it, I'm like, man, there's a lot of shit in here. And if you're trying to like follow along, you're like, why are they doing this? Why is this story even happening?
Sure.
But I mean, in the grand scheme, you need something to get her back to Oz and all that stuff, which I get. But it was it was like a real kind of creepy and dark story, and a longer story, whereas like in the original, it's just like 5 minutes of normal, and then there's a fucking tornado and she wakes up in Oz and goes in there. But this is like a whole other story.
Some of the choices were just so funny. Like, even the Wheelers, when they're mad at her, they're like, well, you stole a lunch bucket. And it's just these buckets. They're growing from trees. Like, there could have been any number of things. I love that the Gnome King hates chickens, though. That part's fucking
Right.
fantastic. Like, I love shit like that because it's just so fucking stupid.
Right. Okay. Spoiler alert.
Sorry, guys. Yeah.
If you guys don't know, but okay. So yes, he hates chickens, and the whole time, like before that part where where they get to the Gnome King, everyone's just like, "Where's the chicken?" Like, like they
Give us
really
the
hate this
chicken.
fucking chicken. And I'm like, what?
And Dorothy's carrying it. And like E said, it's like half of her body. So it's not hidden per se
Right,
most
yeah.
of the time. It's just a big fucking chicken.
But that was so random. I'm like, what does this chicken have to do with Oz? Like maybe there's some sort of weird chicken story in some of these books that I have no clue about, but this just seems super random that the Gnome King hates chickens for some reason, which never really gets explained. And then in the end, we find out that chicken eggs are poison to the Gnome King. And
It's just in case you accidentally swallow one.
Right. Which is also random. I'm like,
Do
okay,
people make the Gnome King birthday cakes?
who fucking knows? And rocks. Rocks were a big thing in the 80s, like rock people.
Oh, yeah. You got.
For whatever Never Ending Story is probably the biggest
Yeah.
one. But yeah, there was all multiple things about rocks coming to life in the 80s.
Well, in the Oz books, I haven't read them either, but I know that I think the rocks talk a lot more and guide, maybe.
Right.
But yeah, it's just funny because for all the dumb stuff, like I feel like it makes me like it a bit more just because it is so very 80
Yeah.
throwing in just ridiculous stuff. And also like in the realm of like, to me, like what is like intro horror or like kiddie horror, because I do really feel like this falls into like horror for children.
Yeah, it's definitely
It's terrifying. Like this is a gateway drug.
It could definitely be because it's the way they describe it too. I mean, it's definitely on point as like a dark fantasy because some parts are real dark.
This to me, like look, to me, horror is anything that's like
Jesus.
can scare the shit out of you, horrific, whatever. And when you go into kids horror, like this, I think was scarier than any of the other ones in that genre. But maybe not Never Ending Story, just because the fucking wolf in that ruined parts of my life.
Right.
Like whoever made that movie should send me money because
definitely
I'm upset.
The scariest children's movie, Disney movie or whatever else was something Wicked This Way Comes.
See, I thought it was scary, but not as scary as the fucking wolf in Never Ending Story. That fucking wolf when it's stuck in the wall.
Yeah.
Like I can't, but I also, this is so fucked up, telling you guys a secret. Because I do that. This is so, everyone is free to laugh and continue laughing because I didn't think I was still freaked out by this. But in my recent adult life, when I went to turn on, what Disney cartoon starts with Lambert the Sheepish Lion? Anyways, Lambert the Sheepish Lion is like a short before another cartoon. And there's a part where Lambert the Lion's mom, who is a sheep, is like cornered by like a coyote or a wolf. And I was at home by myself and turned it off because I didn't like it. And then more recently, I was watching like all the really short old Disney cartoons late at night, and my husband and dogs were in bed, and one of the Big Bad Wolf ones came on, and when he started talking, like the way it made me feel, I shut everything off and went to bed. Not visually, but the sound of his voice, because I hadn't remembered it, and it like did something that like was like, nope, go into bed because I'm gonna fucking freak myself out right now. So I think
trauma there.
Wolves, I think in the 80s were just like, so yeah, the wolf and Never Ending Story. And when it was stuck in that wall, like, fuck you, man. Fuck you.
Dude,
no way.
Also, we grew up on the Big Bad Wolf.
That's what I mean. That was the Three Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf.
Yeah.
And my mom, too, like, read me all the old stories of the ones where, like, what was it? The grandma, like, somebody sewed, they, like, cut open the wolf and, like, pull the grandma out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, like, wolves were like public enemy number one for me
Yeah, wolves
as
were
a
no
kid.
good.
Like wolves were above quicksand. They were like, I did not want to see a wolf.
They're definitely going to eat you in the 80s.
100%, which is funny because now I'm like, I'd like to meet some wolves out in the wild. I'm fine with them.
Pet them and stuff, but yeah.
Unless they're super hungry, and then maybe not. But as long as they're like healthy wolves, I'm good.
Well, back
or rabies,
then,
whatever.
Yeah, well, you had so many stories like what was that book? Call of the Wild or
Jack London's books,
Yeah,
White Fang,
yeah.
Call of the Wild.
White Fang, yeah.
I mean, those are the ones that made me love wolves because that was
Right.
like I got into that probably around like 11, 12, 13.
Right.
Because like in Sonoma, that's where Jack London was from. So I like started learning about that, and then I was like, and the Journey of Natty Gann.
Yeah.
Banger.
But they were everywhere.
Those were the ones that brought me out of the wolf fear. But apparently Disney cartoon wolves and Neverending Story wolves and the way they talk will still scare me.
Werewolves were big too.
40 years later.
Yeah.
I have like auditory trauma if I hear their voices.
Well, they never have the nicest voices. They're always scary. So I get it.
I guess.
Yeah.
No, I think it just makes me think of being afraid when I was young. Because honestly, if you think of their voices, they're kind of like gruff and hot now. But like, no.
Yeah, not as
Trauma.
a kid though. You're like, ugh.
No. Right.
You mean business? You mean business, buddy, and bad business. So I should stay away.
Bad business.
Bad business for sure. Yeah. Yeah. This was it was an interesting, like first time watch for me. Well, at least.
I mean, I'm happy that this was like a first time all the way through, and you've seen it at least once. You know.
Yeah. Like I said,
I think it's important in some ways.
There's definitely parts that I remember, so I had to have seen at least parts of it when I was younger, if not the whole thing, and I just don't remember it. But Fairuza Balk, she was actually a really good actress playing Dorothy.
Yeah.
And you could tell some parts, like when she first gets there and she notices the yellow brick road is all fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
She definitely channels some Judy Garland, Dorothy Gale in there.
Yeah.
In some lines, which I was like, I mean, I'm sure she was probably directed to do that possibly, but if not, I'm like, that's a pretty high IQ acting right there for a kid to do that.
Well, and she was 6 years younger, I think, than Judy Garland.
Oh yeah.
Or 5 years younger than, yeah.
I mean, a lot, however young, but she was definitely younger.
Yeah.
Which again took me a little bit to like wrap my head around. 'Cause I'm like,
yeah, she's noticeably younger.
I'm like, okay, you're like a child. And Judy Garland was what, 16 when
she was a teenager.
Right. Yeah. I was
16, like going on 17. She's about to be a lady.
Yeah.
And Fairuza Balk was a child.
Right. Well, I mean, shit. I just went to see King Kong in the theater today, and they did a bunch of like old cartoons and old shorts and stuff before, like 40 minutes worth beforehand. And one of them was a Betty Boop short. And it was one like her parents were like, you gotta eat. And she's like, no, you guys are always mean to me. And she runs away. She like calls her dog or her friend, whatever. That's like a dog kind of. And it was like, I'm running away. And he's like, I'm going to run away too with you. And they go, but she's dressed in, her short, tight flapper thing. And she has like a garter on and heels. But I'm like, okay, well, she's running away from home, which is like a teenager thing or like a little kid thing to do. And then she has her little dog best friend and she's writing a note. So I'm like, did
you look it up?
Yeah. I'm like, how old is
I just did.
Is she supposed to be? And there's like, she's like 16. I'm like, whoa, she's pretty trampy for a 16-year-old. I mean, she's all slutted up. She looks like she's ready to, cruise for some dick is what she looks like. So I always just thought she was older, but
I did too.
Yeah, 16. She was
I
fat.
mean, I guess 16 back then was like 35 now.
Yeah,
So whatever.
you're basically a fucking grandmother back at that age.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was weird. But yeah, when I was watching this, I'm like, all right, well, how fucking old was Dorothy supposed to be in the original one? But again, afterwards, I'm like, oh, it's kind of just the same universe, but different stories. So it makes a little more sense. But
The book, she was 8.
right. So yeah, that took me a little bit of getting used to. And also that like when we're young and as we age, like we obviously still most people still look like themselves, and you can see themselves when in the young them. And Fruza Balk like looks almost exactly the same,
Totally.
except her mouth
Is
just
less
kept
crazy.
or is like, yeah, when she's younger, but it like as she got older, like her face stayed the same, but her mouth just kept on getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, in The Craft, she has like the biggest mouth ever when she's
It's
going on her rant at the
crazy.
end. It's like
Yeah.
very large. That's like one of her, her looks.
which is fine, but it's
Yeah,
just
it's very like Joker and menacing and
right.
what she was trying to be. But like, I just didn't know how she opened her mouth that big in that
That's
movie.
what I'm
I was
saying.
like,
From seeing this, like, yeah,
No.
her mouth, she had like a small mouth, but she could, it got bigger when she opened it sometimes, but like not to the extent older Fairuza Balk does. And I'm like, man, what happened? Because it's like those people that can like bug their eyes out or open their mouth like ridiculously wide. Like it's just noticeably much larger as she gets older. So I just kept like thinking, I'm like, wow, her mouth is so much bigger now that she's older. But I thought she did a good job. I mean, I think everyone in the movie did a good job acting. TikTok, the little Tin Army guy, to me, I just kept on thinking of Pat Morita.
oh, really?
Yeah, because he has his little mustache, and he's like short and kind of round. So I was just like, man,
I
and
get that.
I had to look it up. I was like, is Pat Morita doing his voice too? Because when they do stuff like this, sometimes they like to make the characters look like whoever's playing them, but it's not Pat Morita. I was
No, it's not.
I was a little bummed out. It's like, what? That should have been Pat Morita's job. It's a perfect Pat Morita.
Like, yeah, as a kid, like I loved TikTok. I wanted like a TikTok toy so bad, but they didn't, like my parents could never find me one. But he was like my buddy watching that movie all the time.
Yeah, he was down.
And I even tonight when I watched it again, like as he like starts winding down, I felt like emotional about it. Like, go over there and wind him up, people. What are you fucking? Don't dilly dally. He needs to be wound up.
To TikTok.
Can you not see he's going a little crazy and he just needs to be wound back up? Damn it.
I mean, it's just like most of us, you gotta keep your winding tight. Sometimes when it gets low, you get all fucking weird and crazy.
Exactly. Just give him a little support, guys. Just pay attention to him and just wind him up.
Got to keep an eye on old TikTok. But yeah, I mean, the design...
some sort of deep-seated thing with my own personality at all.
I mean, the designs and the characters were cool.
Other than Jack, well, he looked okay,
he looked cool. Like I also
fucking
remember,
guy, like ugh.
I remember him for sure. I did not like the Scarecrow. I didn't like the original characters' designs,
which are actually more like
the
drawings.
Right. Especially
they're very cheesy.
Yeah, it's just very very cartoonish. And again, growing up with the original, and you're like, that's what they're supposed to look like. But yeah, it was an interesting movie. I think like this would be one of those movies where I would support them remaking it and doing like a dark version of it.
I mean, I think Tim Burton could do it well, even though Guillermo del Toro is kind of on my shitless the last 10 years. I think he might be able to do something cool with it. Maybe the director from Dark and the Wicked could redeem himself and do it.
Because there's definitely
it is really
there.
cool.
Yeah.
In the whole Oz franchise, but now Wicked, is like blowing the fuck up, and now they're gonna do a like prequel story and all that. But it's obviously a very different storyline. All that does go dark.
Right.
Not as dark, but like the characters in this one, I really, I don't know. I feel like could live on, and it's silly because there's like dumb stuff about it, like the moose head on the front of the bed. Like, it reminds me of the moose from Country Bear Jamboree at Disney.
Yeah, her mouth
that's
is
on
so
the
big.
wall.
Oubliette just texted me a picture where she's really...
To confirm, yeah.
Jesus Christ, it's so crazy big.
I'm starting to think that maybe she's not her anymore. Something happened.
Dude, I would agree.
Kind of shape-shifting,
Very much
anyway,
so. It's like a Britney Spears thing where you're like,
or Avril Lavigne.
Yeah, you don't really look like her, but yeah, that's insane.
But yeah, I think these characters I'd be happy if they lived on. Actually, this is a weird one, but if James Gunn took the Peacemaker style, I don't know if you've watched Peacemaker, and did a series about these characters, I think it'd be badass.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you could definitely do something like that, or like with the boys, like you can make these characters
like
hilarious and dark, but like adult. I mean, that would.
And they did Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, and that stayed true to it without making it adult, and that was really good.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like with the correct writers, they could, but I would definitely go a series, like an 8 episode to 10 episode, hour long, or 45 to hour long each. Because then they would actually have time to develop these characters and make the story cohesive. Because this movie was like a run-on sentence.
Right.
It has lots of great elements, but it was just like, wait, why is any of this happening? And like, what's the backstory with all this? And then kind of in the last maybe 15 minutes, they tell you a little bit of the backstory about different parts, but it's like, I would have rather have known more and spent more time on it and like break it up into episodes.
Yeah, for sure. A series would definitely be way better because, that's my biggest critique about this movie is you're just like, what and why are these things happening? Like, what's going on? And then they try and wrap it up at the end real quick, and you're like, whoa. That would have been better.
Hold your horses, sir.
Yeah. You could have kind of slowly dripped this out throughout the whole movie as opposed to like...
Yeah, like after meeting Jack in that like attic or whatever, it could have been an episode about why Ozma created him to scare Princess Mombi and how it didn't work, at least at the beginning of the next episode. So then you're like, oh, okay, that's why there's this weird fucking thing with a pumpkin head like locked up in a room.
Right.
Instead of it just being there and him calling a child mother.
Well, yeah, that's the thing this movie does not do well, is it introduces a bunch of new characters with zero backstory in the beginning, and you're just like, who's Mombi, who's the fucking Nome King, and who's...
No, even when she asked, like, who's the Nome King, the Wheeler kind of gives like a half-ass, like, oh, you don't know the Nome King.
Yeah. Yeah. She's like, no. What? Yeah. Yeah. So some setup, a little more setup would have done better for this movie. Because like I said, unless you read the books or know who these characters are beforehand, which I just know the original movies characters.
Same.
That's it.
Yeah.
So all these new things, I'm like, and that's to me like what gives it like a Alice in Wonderland vibe, because I'm like, well, what did any of these characters have to do with Oz? Like,
I do appreciate though that they did something within the world of without like trying to continue it, because so this technically the Guinness Book of World Records calls this, well, Bambi 2, weird that came out, beat it, but it was actually the longest gap between an original movie and like what they call a sequel.
Right.
It was like 46 years or something fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So like And I hate that the Guinness Book of World Records and people even considered it that. But it does start right after. So I get why it got that. And I almost wish it didn't start immediately after. And the story was that she couldn't sleep. Like, I wish maybe she was a little older and it was something else. And all of a sudden the visions came back and she went back over there.
Right.
Because I think that kind of takes away from it. But I mean, that's why I've liked some of the Marvel stuff. And like recently I've liked DC series and cartoons. I haven't really liked the DC movies, but I like that it's like this universe and all these different kind of things can be there. There can be like kind of a horror movie or a dark fantasy. There can be this, more mainstream type of one. Like, I'm really surprised that until Wicked, there hasn't been more done with this property. There was like a cartoon. There was a couple things, The Wiz, but like, the World of Oz, I think, could have had a lot more content in our lifetime. That would have been good.
Yeah, which again, for waiting so long and not, if you haven't read any of the books, you have zero idea about any of this stuff. Like more spin-offs would have made more sense. So they're like, oh, this is like a whole world. It's a whole new world type of thing.
A new fantastic point of view.
Yeah. So then you'd kind of be immersed in it and kind of be like, okay, so this is the direction it's going on. It's going. Whereas waiting so long, you're just like, what does this have to do with the wizard, the wicked witch, flying monkeys, and all this stuff? Like, who are these new people? Why are these new people here? Like, what's going on? And again, this movie doesn't do itself any favors by not like telling any sort of backstory with this stuff throughout the movie until you get kind of towards the end, and you're just like, you just kind of have to accept that this is the world, this is the universe you're in now, which it gives a little bit of a disconnect for me because again, I don't know any other lore besides the original, so I'm like, I don't know what to do with this information you're giving me.
Mine is like the time, right? Like, growing up, that if you're in space, time is different than you're here, like things like that. So in Oz, if I'm pretty sure I'm remembering correctly, like Dorothy's gone in her mind for like, what's a week, but when she comes back, she's only gone for a day. Right. So what bothered me about this one was like their house still wasn't rebuilt because of the tornado. Mm-hmm. They talk about how she hasn't been sleeping, I think, for like a couple weeks, maybe a couple months. I forget how long they say. But then she goes back to Oz and like obviously a fucking lot has happened. Right. Like a lot.
Beheadings, fucking destruction.
Lots of beheadings.
Yes.
Lots of beheadings. But like they do hint that maybe Dorothy had been there again and other things happened because, she knows about, what is it, the Desert of Despair? Right. Or whatever. Yeah. Like she knows about all these things that did not happen in the first one. Right. And I even remember as a kid watching and being like, what the fuck? Like,
what
do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is she not freaked out about these like buckets of lunch and like like lunch pails and like how does she know this map as they're like flying down? So right. Like there were clues, but I mean, I don't think it's not enough for. Well, actually, I think maybe children would pick up on it more than adults because I think adults would watch it and be like, "What the fuck?" Right. This makes no sense. Yeah. When you're a kid, you're more magical and like you
just accept it. Oh, whoa, the fucking Nome King. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Or you're like I remember thinking as a kid, oh, she goes there all the time in her dreams. Right. Because they say she can't sleep. So I was like, oh, like she's probably been there. But it's still crazy that then it doesn't make sense that she wouldn't know about any of the people who are currently there. Right?
Right.
Because if she's not sleeping every night. But then again, like maybe this is all just a thing about a fucking crazy ass kid that lost her goddamn mind and her parents are dead and her aunt and uncle beat the fuck out of her and she goes to a place called Oz to feel better about life, and every single day Oz is different depending on what somebody fucking did to her.
It happens
and how she can cope with it.
It all happens in the mind of an autistic child. Sane elsewhere.
Yeah, or just the daily abuse, you know?
Yeah. I feel like they definitely tried to do a little too much with a lot. It would have either a longer movie or like a mini series. This probably
But
would have been
it was 2 hours, or it was an hour and
close to
49
it, yeah.
minutes. So you can't really,
yeah.
which is weird because it was that long and they really didn't explain that much. And even though there was a lot of characters and I guess content, there really wasn't that much content. It's weird, but it didn't seem like there were no parts to me that seemed long-winded. Things moved. It's a real weird movie. Like, I don't know what happened with the pacing and storytelling, but something doesn't quite add up.
Well, if this was a mini series back then, it probably would have been way better because you can explain more and
it would have had more eyes on it too.
Yeah. Because like I said, I really just remember just seeing it on TV, so it had to have been on whatever the Sunday afternoon movies.
Yeah. It was on all the time on TV in the 80s. And Disney played it like after 7, I think. And I want to say like one of the other stations did too, because I watched it way too many times.
Right. So, yeah. Interesting movie. You want to rate it?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to hate me.
No, I won't. It's a weird movie.
It's Terry's fault. Because
I just love weird movies. Terry was going to give it like a 1 because
he's terrified of it.
I think Terry is terrified of this movie.
Yeah,
I think he probably didn't watch it.
So
and that's why he's not
here. Yeah. So apparently Terry has some horror with this movie. He's terrified of it. Terry is terrified.
I was scared of it.
And it's probably why he did not show up, because he did not want to relive whatever trauma happened to him. He was not about it. But yeah, so that's why he's not here. But no, I'm going to give it 2 candy corns.
So awful.
Yeah. It's entertaining.
It's better than that, but whatever.
Yeah. It's entertaining. I have, like you said it perfectly in the beginning, like I have no nostalgic connection to this movie.
Right.
So like seeing it now, I'm like, what is all this stuff? There's so much stuff going on that it just didn't click with me, but I can at least put myself in the position to where, like, if I would have seen it as a child, or this is something you should definitely show to like kids, because it's super, I could imagine how entertaining it would be, because it's very stimulating. There's lots of stuff. The characters are very animated and they're fun and they look cool, and there's like, and it's creepy. So if they are into any sort of like spookier films, this is along that road, because there's some really like creepy shit in there with the beheadings and the Mombi and her fucking 1,000 different heads that she puts on. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely something I think people should show their kids. Adults, if you're into real like fantasy movies and you know the lore of all the Oz things, then you'd probably enjoy it if you haven't seen it. I never hear anyone be like, "Oh, I fucking hate Return to Oz." You know what I mean? Like, I've never heard anyone say that. They're usually just like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." So I assumed it was, everyone liked it, or it was like a nostalgic thing for people that grew up in the 80s. But again, like watching it now, I'm like, I don't remember any of this storyline whatsoever. So if I did see it, I watched it once and I was like, I'm out of here. But yeah, I would imagine if you were a kid watching it in the 80s and like being into it, like there's a lot of shit to be into. So
totally.
So I give it a 2. So I mean, it's like a good entertaining movie. If you're into,
you don't have to keep defending yourself. That's fine.
I'm just saying.
I think my number will be lower than you think it is.
I mean, I have a number in my head right now. I'm going to hold it up, and that's what I think you're going to give it. So
it was like a quarter higher than that. Well, actually, I have a caveat, so you might be right. So I saw this at the right time, and I openly admit if I just saw it today, I would probably maybe not even give it a 2 and just be confused. But because like I've grown up with this and I watched it way too much as a kid, and I just love like the manic sensibility of this movie.
Yeah.
And just the fact that like literally like the whole I love the 80s and the way they make light of the way women have been treated. Just like, oh, you can't sleep. We're going to give you shock therapy.
What else are you supposed to do?
Yeah, the Nome King basically has like kind of control over Princess Mombi and is just like totally kind of abusive to her at the end when she like like first he's like, oh, like thanks for letting me know Dorothy's gonna show up. She's already here. I know it, and nothing's gonna happen. And Princess Mombi's like, oh, she's here, and he's like, yeah, and we're fine. So whatever. And he's like not mad at her. And then he hears Dorothy say Oz and touch a green thing. And he's like, no, you let her here. And like all of a sudden gaslighting is like, no, this is your fault. She got here, not mine, because I gave her a challenge. And then it's like the beauty of like, well, I don't know how old the Gnome King is, but I'm assuming not a child, how just like adults or creatures like can lie to children and it's just totally no big deal.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna make this deal. Go in this crazy ass room, and if you happen to find your friends, everything's all good. And then it's just like, no, I lied.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. No big deal.
Yeah, especially because their age gap is like, I mean, I'm sure he's probably 1,000 years old, but like he's just.
Oh,
like
I was thinking like 3,000 or 4,000 for sure.
I mean, he's like a full-grown man, and she's like a child, so it's not even like you're lying to teenagers or like who are trying to thwart your plans or whatever. He's like, oh yeah. So and he could honestly just step on her and kill her. So like,
right.
So it's all one big creepy game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the reason that I'm not going higher is that the one thing, well, apparently this movie did have a fucking song and they didn't include it. But the one thing this movie didn't have, the Neverending Story, Labyrinth, all these fucking movies have, is a banger ass 80s soundtrack.
Right.
If this movie would have had a banging 80s soundtrack, if like our Drop Dead Fred looking Wheeler would have had some like Depeche Mode coming in as he was talking some shit, or even the weird like Henson soundtrack background music that is in all the Henson stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like weird noises. Like now that I've said this, everyone, if you've seen it, watch it again. It has beautiful practical effects through this whole movie, which is why it's as high as it is. But there are almost no other random sound effects and kind of musical sound effects that all the fantasy movies of the 80s had. None.
You know what? I didn't even realize that until you said it. It's just typical like score music.
And barely. Yeah. And like as a musician and someone who also loves 80s music and crazy background music in movies, that hurts my heart.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I could score this movie and make it like a fucking 4.5 candy corn.
Yeah, that's wow.
I saved that till the end because I didn't want to bust my load way too early. But it does. It's crazy because even like Labyrinth has like the bow, 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 and like, the slap bass and the weird kind of like chaotic noises. And you picture people in a room just like going crazy. Like this doesn't have it, but it has all the other chaos.
Yeah, like an epic 80s score to it, and that it doesn't. Which
it had no soundtrack. No soundtrack.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Neverending Story. Everybody from our age group can sing that fucking song.
Right.
Magic Dance. Everybody knows You Remind Me of the Babe.
They fucked up. They fucked up.
With the characters they had, they could have wrote some fucking amazing songs.
And I mean,
and no one would have cared about the storyline because they would have been singing.
Well, it's The Wizard of Oz. There should have been at least one song in there.
So I found out today a song called Return of Oz was written, and I have not listened to it yet, but I am going to listen to it tonight. But it didn't make a soundtrack, and there was no soundtrack to this movie, which for an 80s fantasy, like what the fuck were they thinking?
Yeah. Even like for the credits, like I don't remember.
Like, I don't care if anyone sung like a musical.
Right.
But why were there no fucking...
Like there's no song
There's no...
to the movie.
Right.
It's got to be a song.
In the 80s. Or was there even a montage?
Yeah. No. Return to Oz, you fucked up.
I might drop down to 275 because I just realized the no montage part.
So what's your final candy core score?
275.
Okay. Well, it's a 2.4 candy corns, which is good because I think
Formidable.
I think that's what this movie is.
And see it if you haven't. Like if you're looking for just like a creepy fantasy, or if you have a kid that like you want to get into like a gateway fantasy child horror, like this is a good testing ground to see what they can take. Absolutely.
It's like there's nothing that's like aside from the little nitpicky things we discussed. Like it's a good movie. Like it's done well. Yeah. The acting,
all the actors are great.
Right. And it's like as crazy as the story is. I mean, if you're younger, you're like, fuck yeah, this thing is madness. I love it. So like I get it. So yeah.
Yeah. Also, if you have kids, it's probably fun to watch with kids because they're going to take it a totally different way.
Oh yeah. And the characters are cool looking. So if you're, you have a little kid or whatever, they're going to be like, oh, fucking Jack or the moose. Mom.
Yeah, the designs are great, and the Henson Company helped with some of the design stuff, so like it has that aesthetic, which is always fun.
Can we put a fucking moose head on our couch? Come on. And then you'll have to answer that question for the next.
And he's green.
Yeah.
I love that fucking moose.
Yeah. It's so random.
I still remember going to the Country Bear Jamboree at like Disneyland and being like, isn't that the moose from Return to Oz?
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely like the Eeyore of the group.
Yeah.
Which is, and then you feel kind of bad for him because he's just a fucking head. He's just a moose head.
Yeah.
Or a reindeer head or whatever the fuck he's
and those palm leaves keeping them up. I mean, come on. Without any kind of fairy sprinkling pixie dust, really?
Yeah.
I mean, they did do some magic. Yeah, there's magic.
It's just magic. It's Oz magic. So
that's true.
Yeah. Well, yeah, guys. Make sure you fucking check out Return to Oz if you haven't. If you have kids, definitely check it out. You'll be entertained.
I didn't make you watch 3 hours of Wicked, so.
You did not.
And then another 3.5 hours with other Wicked.
Jesus Christ. Those fucking people. Creepy asses.
But in spirit of that, I wanted to present to you all my version of Wicked that I wanted to share.
It's a much better version. I prefer this version over the other Oz stuff.
But for God's sakes, if any of you are movie makers, make this fucking movie again and make a banging soundtrack.
Definitely.
And I swear to fucking Christ, if the Wheelers don't get a new wave song, I'm going to be pissed. But like a driving yet chaotic new wave song.
Yeah, they deserved one, I feel like.
But actually, the one person I think that should have sung if there was a musical element was the main Wheeler, because that would have been funny as shit.
Oh, yeah.
And so fucking weird.
Or the moose.
Oh,
whatever he was.
I guess that song while they were flying.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm writing music to this movie.
You need to.
I should. I'll release an EP that nobody will buy. It'll be like the Dark Side of the Moon, but push play. 1 second of Return to Oz.
Dude, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. It needs to be done, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah, you get to pick a movie.
I do. I
don't even know if it was your turn. It might have been Terry's turn.
No,
oh, okay.
Because he picked the remake Rumble we finally got to.
Oh, that's true. Don't say Frankenstein.
No. So
don't you do it?
I had so many.
It's going to be black and white.
No, it's not. It's
going to be from 1960.
No.
Damn it.
My first choice was going to be a black and white movie, which is a movie I've had on the list for a while because I just saw them in the theater. Again, I was like, dude, got to do this. But then I'm like, you know what? No, because I just picked a black and white silent movie. So I'm like, I got to do something else.
Yeah, you did.
There's another one that I was gonna pick, and it's an iconic one that we have not done yet. And I'm like, but you know what? By the time that episode will come out, it'll be Christmas time. So I'm like, I gotta do a Christmas movie. So for my pick, it's gonna be the feel-good Christmas movie of 1984. And since the remake is coming out, I'm like, we got to do Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Have we not done that?
We have not done that.
Oh.
Yep.
Cool. Oh, we did Black Christmas.
We did Black Christmas. We did that remake Rumble, and then we did Gremlins and Rare Exports. So
we did Jack Frost too, didn't we?
Yes.
Thanks to me.
But Silent Night, Deadly Night will be the Christmas time movie we shall do, and we may even sink another one in there before the end of the year. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. Well, thanks for tuning in to listen to me and Oubliette cross streams.
Oh, I know what we should do after that.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you want to be wintry, we could do 30 Days a Night.
Yeah, we could do that. We'll have to get Dom back for that because he wanted to do that for a long time.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. So we should try and get that in there. But guys, yeah, thanks for tuning in again. And if anyone knows where Terry is, let us know. Maybe he's in Oz. He found a key as he's watching the movie, and he was like, where's this key go to? And it took him back to Oz.
And then his wife, who's a doctor, is like, you shut up. We're going to take you.
You're getting electroshock therapy now.
We're going to take you to get a treatment.
Yeah.
Because there's something wrong with you, buddy.
Yeah, and now he's in a straitjacket. And it's all thanks to this movie, Return to Oz. Well, folks, catch us next time for Silent Night, Deadly Night. And we'll try and get Terry back. And if not, someone will be here. Me and Oobs will be here. So
I will. I'll be casting from Florida, I think.
Hell yeah. Vacation time.
No, not vacation. These old bones are going to do a few weeks in Florida in the winter to work from there.
Oh, fun. Well,
yeah.
I mean, that's better than fucking 20 degrees and feet of snow.
It's true. My little co-working office apparently has a podcast rental in it.
Oh, shit. Look at that.
Maybe I'll sound better.
We'll find out. All right, guys. Well, hey, we'll see you later. Catch us next time.
Just remember to wind up your friends.
Watch out for the wheelers.
Wind up your friends.
Give me some sugar, baby.
Perfectly
Like
said.
scary movie.
All right, guys. See ya.
Want some candy?
Awesome.
It's a fun movie to talk
looks that big old storm right square in the eye and he says, "Get away from her, you bitch!"
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Your move, creep.
Listen to them. children of the night. What music they make.
Want some candy?